Hi, I'm Brad Reed. I'm president of the board of directors of Envision Spokane. The voters of the city of Spokane are being asked to approve or reject Proposition 4, the Community Bill of Rights. The values in the Community Bill of Rights are not at all in dispute, but what is important are three key questions that I think voters need to have answered. And I also hope this clears up what I think is a fog of misinformation being spread about Proposition 4. The first key question is about cost to the city. Proposition 4 contains 9 amendments. Only 3 of those amendments actually place a specific duty on the city: monitoring low-income housing, maintaining the integrity of our neighborhoods, and expanding access to affordable preventive health care. The monitoring of low-income housing, the maintaining neighborhood strength are already duties that exist in the city's responsibilities. The only new duty on the city under Proposition 4 is to convene a meeting of healthcare providers in the Spokane area to create a fee-for-service program to expand access to preventive, affordable healthcare. Second, this would cover only preventive healthcare, things like basic checkups, tests and screenings, nutritional advice. Third, users of the program would access their healthcare providers and pay them directly with prices set at an affordable level. Fourth, any administrative costs incurred by the city would be paid for by the fees paid to the providers directly by those accessing the service. This would not be taxpayer-funded, taxpayer-subsidized health care. The city is not in the business of paying for health care for citizens of Spokane. And the bottom line is, nothing about Proposition 4 creates new costs to the city. The second key question that needs to be addressed is about job loss. Spokane is a community in which locally owned businesses are almost constantly looking over their shoulders, wondering when the next big box retail store will run them over. Proposition 4 recognizes that to boost our local economy and create good local jobs, we must advocate for locally owned business. The First Amendment in the Community Bill of Rights speaks directly to job creation and local business by leveling the playing field and saying that our money, Spokane money, needs to stay in Spokane. If we were able to shift just 10% of our purchases, that's retail and wholesale, that would result in $140 million in local economic activity, 1,600 new jobs, and $50 million in new wages. The bottom line is, Proposition 4 is not about job loss, it is about job creation. The third key question that needs to be addressed is about litigation. There's a misguided contention that if Proposition 4 passes, what will result in the city and in the courts is chaos from a massive tidal wave of litigation. One spokesperson for the opposition actually went so far as to say that if Proposition 4 passes, Spokane will, quote, cease to exist, unquote. I don't think it's just a misguided contention. I think it's a deliberate fear tactic, and it's been used before. Let me share with you one concrete Spokane example of why it's a misguided fear tactic. I was a member of the Spokane Human Rights Commission in 1999 when the City Council passed the Human Rights Ordinance. For the weeks preceding its adoption, those opposed to the ordinance, which would protect people from discrimination in housing and employment and public accommodations, testified over and over again that there was no way the council could pass it because it would result in an avalanche of litigation, lawsuits against the city. It would embroil the city and the courts in gridlock, and it would tie up important, essential city funds. The ordinance has been on the books for 10 years. Not one single lawsuit has been filed. More importantly, Proposition 4 is about establishing community values into law and speaking about our rights as a community. And like the Federal Bill of Rights, something which we all value, it was designed and written to be flexible and stand the test of time. There will be times when those laws are tested, just like happens with the Federal Bill of Rights. But this is an important statement about what we value as a community and what vision we want to articulate for the future of Spokane. The bottom line is Proposition 4 will not create massive amounts of endless litigation. I hope this has done something to clear up the fog of misinformation that is being spread about Proposition 4. And I hope that you will vote yes on Proposition 4 on November 3rd. If you want more information, please visit our website at www.envisionspokane.org. Thank you very much.